everybody, it's Lauren Toyota. I am hot for food and it is December, which means we're on a countdown to the holidays. I celebrate Christmas, you may celebrate something else or nothing altogether, but either way, I think you could get a little bit festive with some food. That's always important around this time of year. And so for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be featuring 3 different edible gift ideas. Not edibles like with drugs in them. I'm talking about gifts that you can give that are edible, that you can eat. And I like giving gifts, the homemade kind, especially ones you can eat because nothing goes to waste. It's useful, and of course it's very delicious, especially when I make it. So today, the first of the 3 ideas, and I'm gonna show you how to make these right now. They're so cool. They are golden chocolate caramel pretzel rods. They've got a sponge toffee, golden sparkly little crumb topping, chocolate coating, caramel coating underneath that, and these pretzel rods are super inexpensive. You can get them at a bulk store, you can buy them in a bag at the grocery store, and people are gonna be so impressed. So let's get started. So we're gonna start by making the caramel first, and this is what we're gonna first dip the pretzel rods into. I am going to use dates this time because I need it to be a little bit stickier than the chocolate bar recipe that I did. However, once we make this date mixture in a blender, we are going to cook it down with sugar and butter, so you still get that buttery taste. Vegan butter, obviously. So it's gonna be like a combination of the chocolate bar caramel with a little bit of a date caramel, but this is gonna work perfectly to coat the pretzels good. So in a blender, add 12 pitted medjool dates, half a cup of warm water, canned coconut cream, tapioca starch, vanilla extract, and sea salt, and then blend that up until it gets really, really smooth. Now in a saucepan, you're gonna melt vegan butter and some cane sugar on low to medium heat. Once it's mostly melted, you can turn the heat up slightly and add in that date caramel mixture, and then stir this until it's well combined. Let it come to a low bubble, whisking constantly to prevent it from burning. And then once a smooth caramel forms and thickens slightly, it takes about 4 to 5 minutes and it looks like this, then you can remove it from the heat and let it cool down. All right, so once your caramel has kind of cooled, it's nice and thick and kind of goopy, you are gonna have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, you're gonna have your pretzel rods ready to go, and then we're gonna pour the caramel into a mug or a cup, something that's about 4.5 inches high and at least 2 inches wide, because what we're gonna do is gonna dip like this and then put them on the sheet lined with wax paper. So this makes about 60 rods, which is a lot and enough to kind of distribute into little jars as gifts. So just make sure when you're dipping these in caramel that you're really tapping off the excess and letting it drip off. You shouldn't have too much pooling, but if you do, just take a knife or a small spatula like this and smooth out the edges before you place these in the fridge to set. So we're gonna mix just a little bit of this edible gold dust, this pearl dust, with water. You're also gonna need to attach a candy thermometer to your saucepan. So over medium-high heat, you're gonna add sugar so that it evenly coats the bottom of the pot. Pour your corn syrup and sparkly water over top so that all the sugar is covered, but do not stir this. The sugar is gonna dissolve and start to simmer in about 18 to 20 minutes. And you need to let this sugar mixture reach 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the hard candy crack stage. Take the pot off the heat and whisk in the baking soda until it's just combined. Don't continue whisking it as you want to keep all of this air in the mixture. You'll see it begin to foam right away and double in size. As soon as it stops expanding, pour the mixture into a square pan that's covered in parchment paper, and it's gonna harden immediately, so just let it cool at room temperature. All right, so here are the finished caramel dipped pretzel rods. They've set for a couple of hours in the fridge. You can even let them go overnight, it's fine. Then what we're gonna do is, you've seen me do this before, we're gonna melt these dark chocolate wafers into a smooth chocolate coating, which is easy enough to do. Then when your sponge toffee is nice and hard, you need to let it cool for about an hour. You're gonna break off about half of it, put it into a resealable plastic bag, and then get out your aggression by bashing it with a rolling pin. So you're looking for nice little fine crumbs like this. You want varying sizes of crumbs so that it looks like really rustic and cool on the caramel pretzel rods. So once you have your melted chocolate, you want to pour it in the same mug that you did the caramel in. All right, so now you have your chilled pretzel rods with the caramel, you've got your melted chocolate, your sponge toffee crumb, and when you take this off the wax paper, you'll just want to take your little knife or spatula again and just smooth out the stickier caramel now so that this doesn't look weird and misshapen. Also have another sheet with wax paper in the fridge or the freezer, because as soon as you dip and coat with the crumb, you need to put this into a chilled area. So whether that's outside or in the fridge or in the freezer. So I'm gonna be like going back and forth like this after every rod, but it does need to chill, otherwise the chocolate's gonna pool too much onto the wax paper. And that's just like me being a perfectionist. You don't have to do that, but trust me, it's gonna look way better if you just do that. So don't worry about making a little bit of a mess in your kitchen. All right, so you dip into the chocolate and really let the excess drip off. Twirl it around, keep moving it as you coat it in the crumb topping and get it nicely, generously coated in all the golden crumbs, and then place it in the fridge. Check out these adorable, immaculate, golden chocolate caramel pretzel rods. So you can pack them up in these sort of wide jars that fit the size of the pretzels perfectly. You can put some ribbon on there, and then there's your little gift. You can give it to your host or hostess at a party you're going to, give them to your friends, your family, whatever you want. Eat them all to yourself. It does make a lot though, so you're gonna wanna give some away. All right, let's get our crunch on, shall we? You won't even notice that this has dates in it. It doesn't taste like date caramel. Now, the one I'm eating is about a day old, because I made these a day ago. The ones I just did are setting in the fridge. You're gonna want to, longer than a day actually, you're gonna wanna make these one day ahead, if anything, before you gift them, or make them that day and then gift them at night, because the pretzel might not be as crunchy, but I mean, it's so good. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Only some of you will get that joke. Okay. How cute would these be? You put them out, a little snack at a party? Okay. Hang on. Okay, now you're gonna have a lot of leftover sponge toffee, which is fine because you could break it off into large chunks like this and coat it in the extra chocolate. That's kind of a fun little treat for kids or people that don't have dentures. And we're gonna use more of the sponge toffee crumbs in my third edible gift idea, which is a hazelnut truffle. Coated on the outside there are crushed hazelnuts and some more of the sponge toffee, giving it a nice crunch. It's kind of like a Ferrero Rocher. So that's coming up in 2 weeks. Next week though, my edible gift idea is a popcorn tin, Tokyo mix popcorn. We have caramel matcha popcorn and a nori sesame savory batch on the other side. How cool is this gift? I want this gift. I'm giving that gift to myself. I'm gonna show you how to make that next week. It's gonna be super fun. Then we'll do the hazelnut truffles. And then the last week before the end of 2018, I have a very special guest coming here on Hot for Food to cook with me. Who could it be? I think it's too early to tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. He's Australian though. That's not a good Australian accent. He's Australian. He will be in my kitchen and we'll be making food and it's gonna be very fun. So make sure you're tuning in. That was gonna be on December 26th, Boxing Day. So perfect for your little holiday break. You can binge watch all of Hot for Food. Lots more to come. Get this recipe on hotforfoodblog.com. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already because I'm here every Wednesday cooking up vegan love, making amazing vegan comfort food. And apparently I am a candy maker now. Also, if you haven't purchased your Christmas gifts for everybody yet, I suggest getting Vegan Comfort Classics, 101 Recipes to Feed Your Face, my debut cookbook, a bestseller of 2018. Order it online or buy it in store. And if you do that now, you can actually go claim a free bonus holiday ebook with exclusive recipes, next level vegan food for a festive feast. I'm calling it Hot for Holidays. Check out these recipes. You're gonna wanna get your hot little paws on these. So you can only get it if you buy my debut cookbook now until December 24th. You can't get it if you bought it a year ago. You have to buy it again. That's the whole point, to sell books. So buy one for your cousin, your daughter, your brother, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever, just your coworker, your teacher. Get them my cookbook. It makes a great little gift and it's not that expensive, to be honest with you. All right, I'm out of here. I'm excited for next week. We're gonna get our popcorn on and I'll see you guys next week. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're gonna make this edible gift or if you're excited for the popcorn or the hazelnut truffles. I got you covered. Don't worry about it. All right, happy holidays. See y'all soon. Bye. I have one more maybe, I think. That one's not as crunchy.